Well, it's the 12th of November, and today I met Ryan Button, who's the concept artist, illustrator for TheFort. He showed me some work he's done on a particular scene I sent. It was a sort of short scene when the soldiers first come across the fort, sort of coming out of some woods, and when they see it. I sort of broke it down into sort of 4 shots, not really a shot list, but really a sort of descriptive thing of what's happening. And he said they were rough pictures, but actually they were really good. I really liked them. And so he's pressing ahead with a few more of those storyboard shots, which is great. And we will meet again in the next few weeks, just before Christmas, to catch up on some other of the scenes that I've sent to him. And I've just updated the Fort's production and fan page Facebook, just giving some of those details. And I'll post probably one of the storyboard illustrations. I'll show one of those. I think it's tricky to go through too many of them, to display too many, because it certainly could give away some of the story, and even some of the simple images. I prefer just to show them as the moving image in the final production to an audience, rather than give too much away, certainly in the style and the way it's shot. But as general storyline, i.e. what a storyboard is, it's very useful, because I can show exactly what I want to shoot, and in what manner. They really were certainly very good illustrations, very impressive, and got across the feel, I think, of the sort of rawness, the grittiness of the character, and indeed the scenes that they're in. Had a good chat with Ryan actually as well about some marketing ideas. I've had a few ideas about making some postcards, little A5 postcards, and putting almost a character on each one. So there's 4 of them for each of the 4 main characters, and these postcards we would sort of leave at various locations, sort of cafes, bars, or stick it on walls at various places. So I'll look at that. Also discussed actually the artistic work he's done is in black and white. They're sort of grayscale freehand drawings, and of course the film itself is in black and white, so that looks good. And we're probably going to leave them as that sort of rough drawing. He calls them rough, but I think they're great. They definitely do exactly what's needed. There's a couple of scenes where I would like him to put a lot more detail in that I talked to him about, that I may mention on here when we actually come around to shooting it, but I'll think about that one. Like I said, I like to keep a few cards close to my chest about the storyline, about how the movie's going. We met in the Firebug in Leicester this afternoon. Haven't been there before. Quite a nice place. And actually beforehand I wrote a sort of character development type bit of text on my laptop in Almeida Cafe, which seems to be a regular haunt at the moment. I seem to go there a lot to edit the script and to make notes. And that was this idea of analysing the faith, the sort of faith of the 4 characters as they go through the film. They kind of start the film with having placed faith in a particular thing, shall we say, a person or an object, or indeed a god. They've got their faith somewhere, and in fact, by the end of the film, that's really swapped around and changed. And I've got a sort of flow that I've worked out about how that changes and where they end up, all 4 of them individually. Some of them in a completely different place, shall we say, and some of them in the same place, for various reasons, again without giving too much of the story away. But I was trying to make as much details as possible so I can hand those over to the actors. once they're fully cast. That's the next major stage, really. That's, you know, to get the casting sorted. I really got to do that. That'll help Ryan as well on the illustrations. You know, got the one cast member sorted, Jordan, but really, you know, need to nail that. I've got some thoughts about, you know, taking that forward, and I am doing. There's 2 people seriously in the sort of crosshairs for 2 of the positions, 2 of the roles. So I'll accelerate that and just get on with it. That needs to be done. And then finally, one decision as well I thought is that we did manage to raise 320 odd pounds, I think it was, on the Sponsor Me website. So we raised something, and I think what I'm going to do is use that money once we've got the cast sorted. Is we'll all pile into a minibus and steam down to Dover, and we'll have a look around the fort. You know, we'll just spend, you know, 4 or 5 hours wandering around, taking some stills, having a feel of the place, you know, and just getting that sort of experience. I think that's important before we even start rehearsals. I think it's really useful. So I'll do that once the cast is finalised, and you know, I'll take a few members of the crew, and you know, I mean, it'll be fun, and I think we'll get the sense of the place, the atmosphere, you know, embedded in everyone. I hope. Anyway, that's today, and more next week probably.